Hi guys, I'm back again today with another request video, and thank you Jose again as per usual. If you didn't know, you can also request a video in the link in the description. Buy me a coffee. One coffee equals one video request, maximum of 20 minutes a video long. So if you want me to check out something as quickly instead of like waiting a couple of like months or weeks, then go to that link. But if you don't want to purchase a buy me a coffee, it's fine, you can always request in the comments as well, but that might take a while. But anyways, thank you guys, and yeah, before we start, don't forget to subscribe, click the bell button. Let's get it. What is the difference between US and New Zealand work culture? I cannot tell you because I don't know anything about New Zealand and I don't know much about US. It's only from the things that we've seen as well as movies. Yeah, that's my only reference. So sorry. But anyways, let's get it.
Hi,
Or
welcome Yovies
bracelet.
home. Today I wanted to talk about 9 ways that working in the Netherlands is different than working in the United States. So if that sounds good to you, why don't you come on in, kick off your shoes and stay a while.
Oh,
I'm
trust
really
me, I
glad
don't
you're
have
here.
shoes on. I
So
have slipper.
recently I had the most amazing opportunity through
Oh
my
God of
job
mercy.
where I got to host an event. It was
Rookie,
the
stop
academic
showing your
startup
whole hoo-ha to the
competition
world.
where academic startups from the Netherlands could compete to win a big prize. And for the award ceremony, they were looking for a host and they asked me to do it. And it was, yeah, I was like, sure, that sounds fun. And then I found out that one of the people on the panel, that one of the panels that I was moderating was Dutch Prince Constantijn van
Oh
Oranje Nassau.
wow.
So I get to say that I've literally worked with the prince, which is just what? But I have been really so thrilled with my job here, and I'm so happy with what I'm doing and my
I think
work.
we have the same mic.
And I've just been thinking about it a lot. And so that's what's inspired this video, where again, I was thinking about all the opportunities that I've had here in the Netherlands and what they would look like in the US, and just to compare. So without
Okay.
further ado, let's get into it. So the first thing that I've noticed is all of my jobs in the Netherlands, and I've worked for 3 different companies, and I've also had my own company. I still do. So, from my 4 different experiences, um, my job has always started at 9 and not at 8. In the United
Mm.
States, my jobs always started at 8. So, I wonder why. Why is that? But yeah, I love it. I love that we get to start an hour later. Um, and yeah, that's something that's different. Up next,
9,
and this I really,
10,
really love,
11,
is even though, of course, you have a hierarchy
12.
in every
You
job or
have
in
a
every company,
lunch
there's
one.
always like the senior management and then the not senior
6.
management, like you have people like this, yeah.
So do you go home at 6 then?
But there's no feeling of this hierarchy or, people can really just, people are people. Um, and I guess to me, this blows my mind because in my
Oh,
American,
somebody mentioned that in a comment, and I know I read it, but I didn't reply. I'm just so bad at responding. I'm not the best. Like I read your comments, guys, but I'm just not good at knowing what to say. And sometimes your comments are so long, and I feel like if I just reply like a one phrase or one paragraph, even, it doesn't feel good. So I just read it and then I'm like, heart. But the guy said here in Europe there's no thing as VIP, VVIP. So as I was saying, yeah, he said in Europe there's no such thing as VIP, VVIP, and all that stuff. Like everybody's equal, and I was like, whoa, that's so beautiful. Because over here, um, the way you look and your social status are very very important to people. Here the wider the better. Of course, if you're famous, you're rich, the priority is different. So yeah, I just wanted to say that because she said like everybody's like equal, like in at the workplace. Let's go back.
my mind because in my American jobs, you would never see like the CEO of the company or,
Mm.
the executive leadership. They would never just like come in and eat lunch with all of the other
Oh,
lower level
wow.
employees. They were
That
elsewhere,
happens there
or that was like a
in New
really
Zealand.
big
You do
deal
that?
if they were
You
coming to
eat
your
with.
lunch. It was an unexpected thing. Whereas in the Netherlands, in the companies that I've worked at, it's absolutely normal. And to see that like everybody comes and eats together at the lunch table, from the boss to the lowest uh, level or ranked employee or whatever, but everyone's there together and everybody's talking to each other and feeling free to share their opinions. And well, it also blows my mind that
We're talking
somebody
about
from a very high
Netherlands,
level can
right?
say
Yeah.
something maybe that's
Why did I
negative or
think
give
New
like a
Zealand? Did I think
critical
New Zealand?
feedback to someone, um, and that you can actually say something back to them. That's
Oh.
maybe that's more of a personal thing. I don't know. I never would have dared to say something like that because I was afraid of losing my job. But here, it's not like that. Here, you're actually encouraged to say what's on your mind and what do you actually think. Um, and you don't have to just be fearing someone because of their position. You just are people. And that's a really cool thing. Up next, employment contracts. I never had an employment contract when I worked in the States for any job that I've worked at. So it's always been like at will employment. So I could go there and work, but at any moment I could have been fired for any reason. Like any reason. Like, I don't know, they don't like my shirt that day. Could be fired. Uh, all kinds of like it, you don't even need to give a reason to someone why you fire them. And that's crazy, especially if you've seen my other video where I talk about how your health insurance is tied to your job. So if you don't have an
Oh,
employment
I did see
contract
that.
that guarantees you some kind of rights or some kinds of benefits and you lose your job, you lose so much more than your job. You also lose
The
access to
insurance.
healthcare, or
Mm.
let's say access to affordable healthcare. And that's wild. And that's not the case here. Here, your health insurance is most definitely not tied to your job. It's just not. Um, you can have sometimes like bigger employers, they can negotiate with insurance companies for discounts for their employees. So that
Oh,
instead of
nice.
paying, I don't know, 112 euros a month, you maybe pay 100 euros a month as like a group collective insurance. That's all fine. But when you leave the company, you only lose the discount. You don't lose your insurance. And that's huge.
Oh,
That's a
wow.
really big difference and a really important one for me. For this next one, I really have to say it is specific for my current job. I work at Erasmus University in Rotterdam. And so this comment is very much tied to the experience I've had working there. Um, but I would love to hear from you guys if you've shared this experience, no matter where you're from. I want to know if your employers are like this too. But I absolutely love and respect how Erasmus University Rotterdam makes genuine effort
Just in
to
Netherlands. I
recruit
forget.
and
And I
hire
don't know why I said New
neurodivergent
Zealand.
people and also to
Sorry.
make accommodations for them. So I'm a neurodivergent person. I have ADHD. I don't need many accommodations, but I do work with some people who have needs for more accommodations. Um, and I am so impressed that my employer sought out like a recruiting agency or a job seeking agency that works with neurodivergent people in the Netherlands to hire
Oh.
them. Um, I don't want to talk too specifically because I think if people see this and they know where I work and maybe they can figure out who I'm talking about. But
Oh.
in this, what I want to say is I have a colleague with autism, and what that means is that this colleague had a difficult time in a job interview setting simply because this person finds it difficult to talk to people that they don't know. And so the typical Zoom interview or kind of interview would be very, very uncomfortable for this person. And it's not that it means that they cannot perform the job. It means that they just need a little bit of a different interview style. And my employer did that and does that. And this person is not the only person. There are multiple people with neurodivergencies who work there and do a great work and great job, but maybe they would not have gotten there had my employer not made such an effort. And I'm please tell me that your employers do the same, that they make efforts to actually work and find ways that they can make accommodations for neurodivergent people. Um, some of my colleagues, for example, also with their neurodivergent issues, maybe they don't work full time, but they do work certain hours, or maybe
Mm.
we have an open space office, like free desks. I don't know. You can go and sit wherever you want, whenever you want.
Oh.
But some neurodivergent people struggle with that, and they don't. It's not comfortable for them, so they get an assigned desk. It's a small accommodation, but it
Mm-hmm.
allows them to actually do their job and to be
Like, it should be a given in this world because everybody's different, right? Like, we're already different externally. How much more internally, right? So, the fact that they want to do it like a cookie cutter style of work or even education, it should change. Like, we should have evolved already as human beings to know that we are also different, the way that we think, the way that we like our space, our environment. So why do we cookie cutter a work style or workplace? Right? I'm not comfortable on phones. Like, I hate phone calls. Like, I don't like phone calls at all. Like, I don't understand it. I like it. I think it's useful in certain situations, but if you're just gonna call to chit chat, what is the point? Like, if you're gonna tell me something like a news, important thing, you're gonna ask me something. It's a call to like talk to your billing company and all that. It's very, very important. But if you're gonna call to chit chat, it's the most uncomfortable thing in the entire world. I don't like it. I feel so uncomfortable about that. So the way I feel about that isn't the way that all of you will feel about it. So why is it that we have to make office working spaces, you know? Yeah, like she said, you should accommodate. And also make little changes. It doesn't seem so hard. It's not like you're going to change the entirety
like
of the
really
office, right?
productive members of society and not just be relegated to some other kinds of jobs like bagging groceries, which is something that I think of in the
Mm.
States, because that's the only kind of thing that's available to you. So I really am blown away by this. And like, please shout out your employers. I want to know, I want a list of all the amazing employers in the Netherlands who actually do make accommodations and seek out neurodivergent
I'm going to
people
read the
to work
comments. I'm
there.
like,
Let's talk about employee unions. Now, ooh, that's a dirty word in the States. I might even get demonetized for using that word on YouTube. No, I'm just kidding.
oh, yeah, union. I only know this because of the show, The Store or something like that. And whenever union comes in, it's like a red hot topic that you should never ever talk
Like,
about.
really, like, to say that you want to be
I
in a
only
union
knew
in the
that
States, it's
recently because
definitely
of
not the
the
same like here. It's
show.
amazing for me as an employee not to have to negotiate every single benefit for my contract. So, the fact that there are these employee unions who negotiate collectively for the benefit of all employees working in that company is great. We
It doesn't take away
all
your work
get the
time also.
same benefits.
Hmm.
Doesn't matter what your job is. Like, it doesn't matter if you're the CEO or if you're the janitor. Like, you get the same. Like, you
Oh,
get the
that's
same amount
good.
of
Yeah.
travel allowance. You get the same amount of everything. And to me, that seems really fair and really right. Um, and in the States, it's not like that. So in the States, you have to negotiate it all for yourself. So if you get a job offer, not only do you have to negotiate your salary, but then you can negotiate for more time off or other like
Like,
things.
I'm here to work. I'm not here
Which
to
then, can you
bid. I
imagine, like you start at a job and
don't have
you
time for
have,
this.
let's
I
say,
want to do
more
my
holiday
job.
days than someone that's been there for years, just because they didn't negotiate that? Like that is so unfair to
Yeah,
me.
you're gonna get
I don't like
bullied.
that at all. So
Like, they're
really,
not
the
making
fact
it a
that
safe workspace.
employee benefits are kind of agreed to with employee unions, between the union and the organizations, it's just amazing. And we all benefit from that, all
Mm-hmm.
of us collectively. And that's the kind of life I want to live.
Exactly.
So another thing that
Europe
is
is
quite a big difference
amazing.
is that in the States, you're paid every week or every 2 weeks, a
Here every
salary.
2 weeks.
And in the Netherlands, I am paid once a month. This really took some getting used to and some new budgeting skills
Depends though. Some
that
people
I
pay
had to
once a month
develop
also,
when I first started. But really,
but it's good for budgeting.
it's just a difference. Some people like it, some people don't like it. Whatever. I got used to
I
it
like every
now,
2 weeks,
but
I guess.
it is different, and that was something that I needed to get used to. Obviously, a huge, huge, huge difference is how much more vacation time we get in Europe than in the States.
I think
I
the once a month is good too, because I mean the way I see it is because now I get once a month, right? Before, when I was in a corporate world ish, it was every 2 weeks. Um but now it's once a month, and it's better for my lifestyle because then I have budget the whole month instead of like, oh, you know what, I have this amount in 2 weeks so I can like splurge, and then I'm not thinking about budgeting. I'm thinking about, oh, I have this money and I'll have another one in 2 weeks, so I'm good, right? I'm not thinking super super far ahead. So once a month is like good because then you are like, okay, I have to set aside this for this and then this for that and then save this, so you know what is your spending limit, right? Before the next comes. So I feel like it's better, honestly.
loved. I saw so many TikToks this summer of like Americans like pretending that they were calling their European counterparts and being like, "Oh,
I didn't
you're
see this.
you're on vacation for August? Like the whole month? Like the office is closed? Oh, no, I'm just here. I'm just working. I work 52 weeks a year.
Oh
I don't
wow.
get like and they were
Office
just blown
closes.
away with
I
when
didn't
you
think.
have a company that has an office in the States and then it comes to Europe and it has to comply with
Oh,
European laws. Certainly the American colleagues are blown away when they find out
they're gonna be
that we get
transferring.
vacations and we take them and it's fine and our businesses don't collapse and
Yeah, take
um
vacation is good.
yeah, big, big, big difference.
Mhm.
And the last one, and of course, I'm going to end now on like a downside, like a bad note, but our salaries are lower. They just are. They're certainly lower than what we would get if we were doing the same jobs in the United States. Um,
Oh
so if
really?
you are looking for a job, like if you're in the United States and you're thinking like I want to move to the Netherlands or in Europe in general, just be prepared that your salary is going to be significantly lower than what you have in the States. Um, but there's lots and lots of reasons
But
for that. And
okay,
yes,
okay,
taxes are higher. Okay, there's all these things. I have other videos about that. You can watch those,
okay, okay,
why
okay.
that's actually
I was gonna
beneficial for
ask.
all of us. But certainly, that is something that you should take into account, that your salary will probably be significantly lower. And
Oh,
that's that.
not
So,
as
you guys,
low as
that's it.
what
That's my
we make
list
here,
of
so
the ways that my jobs
it's
in the
fine.
Netherlands are
But
different
for the
than
US,
American
probably,
jobs.
yeah.
I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so, so much for coming over and spending some.
My mom is like, yeah, they pay you a lot here. You can make money easy here, but the bills. The bills, though, you have like bill every 2 seconds that you have to pay. But anyways, this was very insightful. And again, I don't know why I said New Zealand in the beginning. Maybe I'm dreaming of New Zealand somehow. Maybe we have to react to New Zealand. Subconsciously, New Zealand is like, yo, Rookie, why are you ignoring me? But anyways, regardless, this was very insightful, eye-opening to see the comparisons. I still would choose Europe just because, even if it's lower, it's fine, right? So like, as long as I survive, like I'm not looking for like a luxurious life. I'm just looking for like survive, just be happy, you know? Um so that's great. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you like this video, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.